Get that one, Maddie. Get that one. Pick that one up. Alright, hey folks, welcome back. It's been a couple weeks since I fished, so I don't really know what the pattern is right now. So what I did here is I set up in about 20 feet of water. Out here, it stays 20. Out here there's a shelf and a hole down to about 35, and then off that way is a flat that goes anywhere from about 2 to 4 feet. Today's bait, we got some spot. If you've never seen spot before, they are typically live in brackish water. It's sort of an anadromous species, I think. Anyway, they make good catfish bait when you can get them. I haven't actually even thrown the net at all yet today. We'll see how these spot do, and if they don't do that well, then maybe I'll try to find some shad. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm running 3-way rigs on my rods. As you can see here, swivel, sinker, hook, 3-way rigs. They work good in current. Right now I'm kind of at the tail end of outgoing tide. I got about 6 mile-an-hour wind, so the back end of my boat's wanting to kind of shift a little bit. Just something you got to deal with. I got my daughter Madison with me today. Tried to take her fishing out here a couple years ago, and didn't go so good. I was in my other boat and the water pump went out and we were stranded for a little bit. Had to take the trolling motor back home, so looking to redeem ourselves today, and I'm trying to get her on a big fish. So I'm going to get these rods out here. We're going to see if we can get one. Alright, so we sat in this spot about 30 minutes, had nothing but small bites, bait stealers, probably some gar. So sometimes you see fish, sometimes they're not catfish, sometimes they're not biting, sometimes they're just moving. But I'm going to throw my cast net around a little bit and see if I can get some shad as well, and then we're going to move on and try to find some fish. Start reeling. I think we got one on here. Feel like he's on there? Pull up on him. Is he on there?
I think.
You feel him fighting back? Keep reeling. Let's see what we got. I think this is the first fish that Madison's caught since she was about 6 years old, maybe. If he's on there. Let's see. Tangled up in that other line. Yeah, you got one on there. You got one. There you go. Alright, I'll take care of that. Hold on now. Let me put the camera back. We got one, folks. Tangled up in the other line. Take a minute to clean this mess up real quick. Okay. All right, there we go. Maddie's first fish since she was a little kid. There he goes. We don't really care about him hitting the deck because we're gonna take him home and eat him, folks. She said she wanted to eat some catfish today, so we're gonna eat some catfish today, and she caught her own too. What do you think about that? All right. All right, I'm gonna put him in the cooler. We're gonna try to catch some more fish, folks. All right, so we are now in spot number 2 in about 20 feet of water. There's a very skinny channel that goes through here, and we saw some fish on the bottom. We're gonna see if they want to bite, folks. Someone just slammed this rod. I hope it's still on there. It might be coming at me. Yeah, there we go. There we go. This is a little bit better fish. Let's see. Let's go, let's go. Should have just let you have this one. This is a better fish than that last one. Let's see what we got, folks. Let's see what we got. Been here a while. It's getting real hot. Fishing can be tough when it's this hot. Oh, he's running down. He's running on me. He's doing dive bombs. This one means business, folks. Oh, drag, pull and drag. Let's see what we got here. I like it when they stay down like that. Well, I think we're about to see him. I saw a tail. All right, wants to swim up. There he is. Yeah, he's a good fish. Get that one, Maddie. Get that one. Pick that one up. Start reeling it. Hold it up here. Hold it here. There you go. You still on there? Real fast, and then there you go. Yeah, you got one. Oh, he's on top over there. Careful now. Let him swim down a little bit. There you go. Remember how I showed you? Reel while you're going down. Pull up. There you go. This might be it here, folks. This might make the video. This spot has not been doing well that I had for bait. I was throwing the cast net, couldn't find any shad, but I found a pretty good sized white perch, and that's what both of these fish hit. So I think that they do not want that spot today. Bug on my back. What's that? All right, I'm gonna net this one. Try to at least. Come here. Come here. All right, I got that one. You just keep fighting that one, Maddie. That one even left the bait. Where's my glove? I'm gonna get this one out of the net real quick. Oh, you're fighting a good one too. Let him stay down as much as he can. You don't want him on top of the water. This one is white. I'm gonna put this one on the floor. Let a little line out. Let me help you a little bit. A little bit of line out so that he doesn't come off while I'm trying to get this net situated. It's always chaos. Come on, come off of there. Actually, yeah, that was white perch. You got white perch too. Try to work them that way. And try to get ahead of me a little bit. That way. I'm gonna go down a little bit. There you go. Pull it that way. Okay. All right. Hopefully you can see this, folks. Now try to work him back toward me, and I'm gonna net him. Now pull him up a little more. Reel up on him. There you go. Oh! Now pull him back this way. There we go. What am I doing? Okay, here we go. Let some line out. There we go. Oh. I think yours is bigger than mine. All right, you got a big one. All right, whew. Chaos, folks. Let me get all this clutter out of the way, and I'm gonna get them off the hook, and then we'll show them off. All right, folks, we're gonna weigh Maddie's fish first. She got the bigger one. I'm gonna climb up here to do this. All right. It's kind of funky in the net there. There we go. Ah. That is a 30 pounder right on the dot. Get him out of the net real quick. And I'm gonna get mine. I'll tell you what, I'm not even gonna weigh mine, because hers is the biggest one. So I'm just gonna grab mine and show them to you. Get them right here. Mine is pretty upset. All right, there's mine. That's the first one of the double. That one is probably a lower 20s, I would say. Good fish. Very pale. There's that one. You gonna pick yours up?
I can try.
So you gonna try? All right. Put that on. All right, now. So grab him by his lower jaw. Now pull him over this way. Now hold on to his belly real good. There you go. Now hold him up for the camera. There we go. 30 pounder for Madison. That's her personal best, I guarantee. All right, let's put him back down. All right, now let me see that glove and I'll let him go. All right. Let him go so he can become a 50 pounder. Ah, just one last look at him, folks. Nice 30 pounder. That's what we're out here for. And we're making memories. I used to take Maddie fishing for bluegill back in the day. We used to tear up the bluegill. Now we're catching catfish, folks. So I think we're gonna move on, see another spot, and see if we can catch anything in a different spot. All right, folks, we're trying one more spot before we take off. What I got here is, well, I'll just face you at me. What I got here is a boat sitting in about 9 feet of water. Right over there at that channel marker, there's a shelf that runs into the channel. The channel goes down 35 feet at the bottom. It slopes off pretty deep, pretty sharp right there. With the incoming tide, this is a pretty good spot. It doesn't always produce, but this is our last shot here, and we're gonna see if it'll produce. So let's see what happens, folks. All right, while we're sitting here in this last spot waiting for another fish to try to get the last fish of the day, I'm gonna go ahead and do another history piece. I haven't done a history lesson in a few videos, and I said I'd bring them back, so here's the next one, right? So this one's gonna be about Mary Surratt. Now, just to the west of me, a few miles, is the town of Clinton, Maryland. And Clinton was once called Surrattsville. And that was in around the 17 and 1800s. And one of the people in Surrattsville was Mary Surratt. And she owned a tavern in Surrattsville. And she also owned a boarding house in Washington, D.C. Now, the significance of her and what went down with that boarding house and her tavern is that she was connected to the assassination of Lincoln. Her son was one of the co-conspirators. Her boarding house was where the plot was made, and her tavern is where they stored a bunch of supplies for when they ran back through southern Maryland. And they did stop back at that tavern as they tried to escape from where they were on their way over to Virginia, where they were eventually caught in Port Royal, Virginia. Now, Mary Surratt, after all this evidence came up and they found all that cache of stuff that they had stored for them for when they ran through southern Maryland, Mary Surratt was found guilty of complacency in the Lincoln assassination, meaning that she knew it was going to happen and she didn't do anything about it. So she was found guilty, tried, and became the first woman in the United States to be hanged and executed. So that is your history piece for this one, folks, and we are going to try to catch another fish. Hopefully we will, but we'll see. Alright folks, so we sat in this spot about 30 minutes and had one bite that didn't hook up. When I was reeling in to take off from here, all of my lines had a lot of grass on them. And what that tells me, right, something I go by, a little rule of thumb here, is when there's a whole lot of grass in an area in the summertime, that means there's also not a lot of oxygen. That grass is typically from runoff. A lot of it is farm runoff, a lot of it is lawn runoff, and some of it is just natural grass that is floated up. But as that grass decomposes in the water, it sucks up the oxygen out of the area it's in. So if you see a lot of fish on the fish finder and you don't catch them, none of them want to bite, and then you see a bunch of grass, what you're seeing on the fish finder typically is going to be gar and carp, because they don't need as much oxygen as catfish do. Usually you fish a spot like that and you're getting a lot of grass in your lines, you might as well just move on, because that area is low oxygen if it's summertime. Anyway, so good to get to take my daughter out today. Got her on a really good fish and had a great time. So we're gonna take a couple of fish, a couple of smaller fish we caught back home, and we're gonna have ourselves a catfish dinner. I'm not gonna put that part on video. If you want to see me do a catch and cook, look through some of my older videos. I got a few on there. I might even link one down in the description. Anyway, I'm gonna pull the anchor up and we're gonna head back to the ramp, and should be able to get back out here pretty soon, a few days, next weekend, something like that. But either way, folks, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.